welcome to Spirit Stones Creative Crafts. This is Kat, and I finally have an update. I'm sorry it's been a while, guys. I've been uber busy for a craft store that I'm doing. It's going to be hundreds of stores, so I've had to make sure that I've made enough. So I wanted to show you some things that I've made, but I also have a little tutorial on doing a few little ornaments. So just going to start with something that I've made here. I'm not sure how well. I'm holding the camera by hand at the moment to show you around. But this is some MDF letters that I bought when I went to Birmingham NEC Craft Fair. And I want to have some winter things on my stall, but I didn't want anything to do with like really the word Christmas. So excuse me while I wobble around. So I wanted the word snow instead. So we've got the S and then the N. And these come to you in normal, like, you know, wood colour when you get them. And obviously paint them to whatever you want. And I wanted obviously the snow effect and the glitter, and these are stamps that I've used, and then I've embossed them, which is what I've also done on the decorations that I'll show you. So that's the word snow. I'm going to hold them together with bits of wire coiled with some beads and stuff to add some glitter. So I wanted to show you some of these as well. There's lots of different sizes here. As you know, I've got to think about skulls, and this here is done with glue pen, and then it has these micro powders that I've used on top, which I think gives it a really good effect. So they look really good. And there's another one, that's just me. That was me practicing with snowflakes, using different embossing powders to see which I liked the best. So that's one, and that's done with a foil. The camera doesn't do it justice. In actual fact, the camera makes it look pretty snazzy and jazzed up. It's not that amazing in real life, you know, that standoutish. Is standoutish even a word? I don't know. I have my own dictionary of words anyway. So there's that one, and then this one. That's actually red and orange. Just got really bad light in here at the moment. Winter and all. That one's like a gunmetal colour. It's not really silver. It's a bit more toned down than that. So let's see. We also have, now we have glitter. Yeah, me and my glitter. That's actually a foil. That one's glitter. That's holographic glitter. So it's pretty cool. And this one. This is just my take on sugar skulls, my take on the world. This is my favourite, and the camera absolutely does it no justice at all. But that is pretty cool, so I like that one. And then I've done these few little Christmas decorations, which is what we're going to do in our tutorial. So, and that's just, so that's just a little sample by hand, which my daughter wants to keep. And these two I've done with a stamp. Now, to keep this one, I would put more detail on it, which I will put more detail on it. It's a little bit too plain for my liking. So, okay, let's get on and do a tutorial and get some of these made then. Okay, so I have got some that I've already painted, but I've got some here that I haven't painted yet, because I just want to see if I can show you a few little tricks. Now, my camera happens to have cast a shadow of my leg, but we're going to have to bear with that, I'm afraid. So what I use are these Magic Colour, okay, and they're liquid acrylic paints. They're not alcoholic or anything. Alcoholics, oh my word. It's not my day for language today, so you're going to have to bear with me. So as you can tell, I've been already busy here doing this. And so I just want to show you how I do it to get it lighter. So that's, as you can see, it has gone on quite dark. It's not going to keep still for me, is it? So that's gone on quite dark. See if we can get zoomed in a bit. And this one here as well will go on dark. Now, these MDF cutouts that you can get, which is what these are, they're different I don't know how if it's how they're cut or whatever, but this goes on really, really well and really quite deep into it, and this is more surface. I don't know how well, if at all, you can see that, but that is going to need another coat. So what I do, just to speed the process up, is I come in with my heat tool and I just give it a quick dry with a heat tool. That just makes things go a bit quicker. So that one piece of little glitter there just stood out a mile, but this is probably going to be the back anyway. So let's just see how the ink goes on the other side. It's going to go on the same on this side, so I'm just going to give that a quick go with the heat gun as well, and that will be the back. Now you can't really see in this light, can you? I can't really get it any lighter in this room, to be honest, but all will be a bit clearer in a minute anyway. So let's zoom back out a second, because I'm going to show you what happens when we do the lighter bit. So excuse me for being a bit all over the place. My head is in my stall. That is where my head is at, and I've got a lot to be doing for that. So I've just gone in there and given this side a second coat, and then what I've got to do is over the other side here I have a little bit of white, so I've put a bit on. I just want to get a bit off, I don't want loads, and then I just go in while the paint's wet, and you can see there the effect that has, and that has actually created a really beautiful colour, and that's kind of the colour that I'm after. So it's not going to help, is it? You can't see, sadly, how beautiful a purple or a lilac purple that is, but that is just what I'm after. And I'm going to do the same on the heart where it's still wet, and see, I've not got so much white on there, so it's not gone so light, but I can add more white to that if I want to, but I don't. So okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to do the same on this one. And that actually needs a bit more paint on it. Okay, so I'm going to leave them to dry. I only dry them with the heat gun to quicken the process, but when it's my final layer, I do leave them to dry by themselves. So they can go to the side to dry, and in the meantime I will wash that brush. I'm going to wash my brush and I'm going to clean my hands and be back in a second. Okay, so I've got everything cleaned up and a nice fresh workspace to work in now to get these done. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've put some glue pen on this one because I needed it to dry. So I've gone ahead and I've done that one. I'm going to do the other one for you to see because we're going to be using something different on that one, and we're going to do a rubber stamp as well with I've still got paint with lids off, which is never good. Right, so we're going to be using this here, okay, and that's going to be used on this one probably, and I've got some rubber stamps as well, so they're all a bit sticky. I've been using them today, they need a really good clean up. Okay, so what we're going to do on this one, because this one is already dry like I said, we're going to be using some holographic foil. And look at the colours on that, and that is in part why I want to use it. So I'm just going to put that on and go over it. It's still got ink and pen stuff on me, even though I've tried to clean up as best I can. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. And so then what you can do with this stuff is you can, you know, that's still tacky, so that can have some more on it. And I would just feel for tacky bits and just go back in there and rub some more, and that is looking pretty sweet. Okay, now what I do when I've gone over and over and over, you find that there's an odd little bit every now and then it will come in. You can go over with a cocktail stick to get that off, Okay, that's not a problem. And then I do always use a brush as well, just to get any excess bits of foil that stick up in the air. So still a few bits that are tacky. You just want to keep going until all that stickiness is gone. You do not want to get a fluff and everything attached to that. So sometimes it just takes a bit of rubbing with like a nail or back of a razor blade or something. So there's that one. And that one's done with the foils. And like I said, you can go back in, tidy these little bits up here. Okay. So then on this one here, I'm going to be using a rubber stamp of my choice, which I think I'm going to use this one because I think it's really pretty. And that's going to pretty much fit in the centre of there. Now, I did some more while I was waiting for glue to dry and my battery to charge, to have these ones which are kind of like offset. I didn't want them completely central, which is fine. This is another one that's offset as well. And then I have another which is totally central. This is the kind of thing where I'll go in and put some little crystals and stuff in there, and that'll sparkle it up a bit more. I mean, that is actually a snowflake. It's actually this one here. Let me find it. Okay, what we're actually going to be using is the snowflake one. So that's what that is. It's actually more sparkly in reality than it is on the camera. So then, I need this. And I need my stamp. Now, I don't use any mounts or anything like that. I just find I work better like this. That's how I work. Now, the good thing with this is once you've put the embossing powder on, you can actually brush off excess. So just drop that down, just put my hand on it. Yep, that's looking alright there. So I'm going to clear everything off because I'm going to have to tidy up my embossing powder quickly when I've done it as well. So make sure that's in your view. And I just pour it over like this and give it a tap. Excellent. So that's looking really good. And I use the brush to get all the little bits off. And then I'm going to heat that up. Now, you don't need a tutorial on heat it up at all, I'm pretty sure, because they are everywhere all over the internet. I just wanted to show you how I did it. Now I could heat that up quickly, just to show you. But like I said, you don't need a tutorial on it. I'll heat it up just to show you how pretty it looks. So just get that out of the way. And then I'm going to show you something else as well. So let's just get the heat on here. Now there's obviously a moment where the powder begins to melt, and that's what we're looking for, is for it to melt. It becomes a lot brighter of white when it's melted as well. And there we go. Now, as you can see, it does have some, wrong way, I've got to get used to this camera. It does have some little excess bits on it. But I like that because that is part of handmade, okay? So there's that one. Maybe not the most central piece in the world, but it is just a demonstration to show you, so I'm good with that. Okay, so then we have the heart, and I just wanted to show you something else with the glue pen. So we can actually use this glue pen and use the embossing panel while the glue pen is wet. Obviously, like I said, I left one to dry. So this is a heart. This is more for other type of decoration, I guess, than Christmas. I don't know, but I like it. It's pretty cool anyway. So I just want to do a few little bits on here just to show you using the embossing powder and the glue pen together. So it's not like my usual, you know, I do the polymer clay. I know it's not my usual thing, but I just wanted to show you what I'd been up to, and why not show you how I do these, you know. I like doing them. These have been good fun to do actually, to be honest with you. So, okay, I don't need them even on each side, it's about making the space look pretty. So there's that then, that's totally wet glue pen, and I think I'm going to use, not the snowflake one, I've got a super holographic sparkle. They are not this cheap anymore. I've had these for about 10 years, I'm not kidding, and I had long since given up using them, but I kept them, and I don't know why I kept them, I just did, and I got rid of them because I got rid of all my other colours. It was just a few that I kept, and I don't know why I kept them, but I did. And then this little lot, I go to the NEC and I see the MDF man again, and I have to buy some things, and there you go. I'm so glad that I have them, because the word snow that I did, I absolutely love how that has turned out. So again, I'm going to apologise for not being quite with it. The stall is the main thing in my mind, like I said, but also, you know, Christmas is around the corner, there's lots of things to be doing and getting done. So anyway, let's heat this up. You can see. There we go. And there goes its colour change. So this isn't as obvious as, it's not as obvious a colour as the other one is, but it does have that beautiful, oh where are you, there you are, it does have a really beautiful holographic glitter, so that's pretty. So that, people, is what I have been doing, and it's been the greatest of fun. And here's the one that I did, and I said I'd need a bit more detail on it, so I've added a bit more detail. But yeah, these have been fun to do, and the skulls have been fun as well. Yeah, I'll quickly show you. Actually, there was one more that I did, but I had to go over it with a bit more glue. This one has been done with holographic foils. You can see that. And so I just had to go over it with a bit more glue to go in on bits that were just not taking. But that's probably because I left it sat around for a few days, so you know, who knows what happens. So I've got one more skull to do, which is a bigger one again. I shall show you. Here it is. And well, I'm going to do this one next. That's the next smallest one. And I'm going to be doing this one black, and this one's going to be having polymer clay flowers and stuff done on it. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for coming to watch my video, and yeah, I will let you know how the stall goes. I'm making all my own ways of displaying, so I'm making all my own displays as well. So that's why my head's all over the place. I've got about 3 weeks left for that, and that should be really good fun. So I look forward to seeing you guys next time. I'll be able to show you what I've been up to, and hopefully show you, you know, how I do other things as well. So tutorials, you know, whatever you want to call them. So I'm just really grateful to all of you, my subscribers, all those that come by, watch and like videos. Thank you so much, and I'm going to continue. And in the new year, I'm in the middle of writing a book, and in the new year I'm going to be finishing my book, but I'm also going to be doing some illustrations for other books that I have in mind, children's books. So hopefully get to introduce you to some characters and some drawing, and we'll see how we go on that. So thanks again, everybody. I'm hoping I'll get another video up before Christmas. So there you go. Enjoy the end of November. Wrap up warm. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.